Welcome back to Time News TV. Today we bring you the latest updates on celebrities who sadly passed away. Join us as we look back on their lives, their achievements, and the legacies they've left behind. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a story from Time News TV.
Barry Humphries, the legendary Australian comedian, actor, and writer best known as the creator of the iconic character Dame Edna Everage, passed away in April at the age of 89 in Sydney. His death followed complications shortly after he was readmitted to the hospital for issues related to hip surgery. Humphries had undergone the procedure after suffering a fall in February, and although he initially appeared to be recovering, his condition worsened, leading to his passing. Born in Melbourne in 1934, Barry Humphries grew up with a love for performance, satire, and the absurd interests that would define one of the most remarkable careers in comedy. He first gained attention in the 1950s when he introduced the world to Edna Everage, a suburban Australian housewife with lilac hair, flamboyant eyewear, and a wickedly sharp tongue. Originally created as a parody of the average Australian matron, Dame Edna eventually evolved into a glamorous, quick-witted megastar who used camp humor and biting satire to comment on celebrity culture, politics, and society. Humphries' creation became a global sensation. By the 1970s, Dame Edna had taken the London stage by storm, earning rave reviews for her outrageous comedy shows. Her popularity spilled into television, theater, and film, making Barry Humphries a worldwide name. His ability to stay in character, often blurring the line between performer and persona, became one of his trademarks. Beyond Dame Edna, Humphries introduced other unforgettable characters, including the inebriated cultural-attached Sir Les Patterson and the gentle Sandy Stone. His versatility as an actor and satirist earned him international acclaim, and his work on Broadway even won him a Tony Award, further cementing his status as one of the greatest comedic performers of his generation. Despite the health challenges of his later years, Humphries remained active and engaged with audiences, expressing gratitude for his long career and the joy his characters brought to millions. His passing marks the end of an extraordinary era in comedy, but his legacy, defined by sharp wit, daring satire, and an unmatched ability to transform into unforgettable characters, continues to shape and inspire performers around the world. Len Goodman, the beloved ballroom dancer, television personality, and longtime head judge of Dancing with the Stars, passed away at a hospice in Kent, England, after a battle with bone cancer. He was 78. His death marked the loss of one of the most influential and charming figures in modern ballroom dance, celebrated for his warmth, humor, and deep expertise. Born Leonard Gordon Goodman in London in 1944, he began dancing relatively late at age 19 after a foot injury derailed his plans to pursue a career in football. What started as a doctor-recommended activity soon became his passion. Goodman quickly rose through the ranks of competitive ballroom dancing, winning numerous championships and establishing himself as a world-class professional. His precision, discipline, and charisma on the dance floor laid the foundation for his future career as a trusted and respected judge. Goodman's rise to international fame began in 2004 when he became head judge on BBC One's Strictly Come Dancing. As one of the show's original judges, he helped shape the tone of the series with his trademark blend of technical insight, honest critique, and endearing catchphrases like "Pickle me walnuts" and "It's a 10 from Len." His friendly but authoritative presence made him an instant favorite among viewers. Just a year later, he joined the US version, Dancing with the Stars, bringing his expertise across the Atlantic. For nearly 2 decades, Goodman served as the show's head judge, evaluating thousands of celebrity performances with his signature mix of professionalism and charm. When he announced his retirement in 2022, he received a long, emotional standing ovation. "It has been a huge pleasure to be a part of such a wonderful show," he said, explaining that he wanted to spend more time with his grandchildren and family in Britain. Beyond television, Goodman made substantial contributions to dance education. He owned and operated the Goodman Dance Academy in the UK, where he taught ballroom technique to students of all ages and skill levels. Len Goodman's passing leaves behind an irreplaceable legacy. He introduced millions to the beauty of ballroom dance, inspired countless dancers, and brought joy to audiences around the world. His warmth, wit, and passion for dance continue to resonate in every 8 count and every polished step he helped popularize. Ginny Newhart, the beloved wife of comedian and actor Bob Newhart for 6 decades, passed away at her home in Los Angeles after a long illness. deeply cherished by her family, friends, and those who knew her through the legacy she helped create. Ginny was far more than the spouse of a comedy legend. She was a creative force, confidant, and key figure behind some of television's most memorable moments. Born Virginia Quinn, Ginny grew up surrounded by entertainment giants. Her connection to Bob Newhart began with a simple act of matchmaking by family friend and comedian Buddy Hackett, who famously predicted that they would one day marry. Hackett's intuition proved true. The pair wed in January 1963 and went on to build a marriage celebrated throughout Hollywood for its warmth, humor, and longevity. Their union produced 4 children: Robert J.R.B., Timothy, Jennifer, and Courtney, forming a close-knit family that remained central to Ginny's life. Although she stayed largely out of the spotlight, Ginny played a significant creative role behind the scenes of her husband's career. She is widely credited with devising the unforgettable series finale of Newhart, considered one of the greatest endings in television history. In the iconic final scene, Bob Newhart's character wakes up as Dr. Bob Hartley from The Bob Newhart Show, lying next to actress Suzanne Pleshette, who played his wife in the earlier series. The twist delighted audiences and became a defining moment in TV comedy, demonstrating Ginny's sharp wit and deep understanding of her husband's comedic world. Throughout Bob Newhart's long career, Ginny remained his greatest supporter and trusted advisor. Their marriage was often cited by Bob as a source of stability and happiness, grounding him through decades of touring, TV productions, and stand-up performances. The couple's enduring relationship became a symbol of lasting love in an industry where long-term marriages are rare. Ginny Newhart's passing marks the end of a remarkable partnership that shaped a cornerstone of American comedy. Her influence continues to live on not only through her family, but also in the iconic television moment she inspired and the quiet strength she brought to one of entertainment's most beloved households. Harry Belafonte, the trailblazing singer, actor, producer, and civil rights activist, passed away at the age of 96 from congestive heart failure. Widely regarded as one of the most influential entertainers and humanitarians of the 20th century, Belafonte used his fame not only to revolutionize music and film, but also to champion justice, equality, and human rights on a global scale. Born Harold George Belafonte Jr.B. in Harlem in 1927 to Jamaican parents, he spent part of his childhood in Jamaica before returning to New York as a teenager. His Caribbean heritage would later shape his musical style and international identity. Belafonte rose to global stardom in 1956 with the release of his album Calypso, featuring the now iconic single Banana Boat Day-O. The album became the first LP in history to sell over 1 million copies, bringing Calypso music to mainstream American audiences and establishing Belafonte as a cultural force. Throughout his career, Belafonte won numerous awards, including Grammy Awards, an Emmy, a Tony Award, and the prestigious Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award, an honorary Oscar he received in 2014. His artistic achievements span decades, with memorable roles in films such as Carmen Jones, Odds Against Tomorrow, and later, a powerful cameo in Spike Lee's BlacKkKlansman 2018, one of his final screen appearances. Beyond entertainment, Belafonte's legacy is deeply rooted in activism. A close friend and confidant of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.B., he played a crucial role in funding and organizing the civil rights movement. He helped support the March 1963 on Washington, bailed Dr. King out of jail on multiple occasions, and used his global platform to advocate for racial equality, poverty relief, and humanitarian causes. As a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, he worked tirelessly to combat famine, disease, and injustice worldwide. Belafonte fearlessly spoke out against apartheid, supported the anti-apartheid movement in South Africa, and inspired a generation of artists to view activism as an integral part of their work. His dedication to justice continued into his later years, as he remained a vocal advocate for civil and human rights. Harry Belafonte leaves behind a legacy defined by artistic brilliance, moral courage, and a lifelong commitment to uplifting humanity. Cate Blanchett, the two-time Academy Award-winning actress celebrated for her transformative performances in films like Blue Jasmine and The Aviator, continues to surprise and captivate audiences with her career choices. One of the most unexpected was her decision to join the cast of the video game adaptation Borderlands, in which she plays the fiery, dimension-traveling siren Lilith. Fans were puzzled by the casting, particularly compared to Jack Black's more predictable comedic role as Claptrap, prompting questions about what drew Blanchett to such an unconventional project. Addressing the curiosity in an interview with Empire magazine, Blanchett revealed that her decision had little to do with money or existing fandom. During the early COVID-19 lockdowns, she found herself in need of an emotional and creative uplift. "I was spending a lot of time in the garden, using the chainsaw a little too freely," she joked. "My husband said, 'This film could save your life.'" The opportunity to take on a wild, unpredictable role offered her a sense of excitement and relief during an unusually isolating period. Blanchett has also been outspoken about broader global issues. Throughout the pandemic, she expressed deep concern about the fragmented international response to COVID-19. Speaking at the Venice Film Festival, she described the world's handling of the crisis as bizarre and disjointed, criticizing how many governments prioritized economic recovery over human health and safety. She also voiced disappointment in what she saw as a lack of strong leadership from the World Health Organization and a global failure to absorb the lessons of Italy's early struggles. As jury president of the festival, Blanchett emphasized the resilience of filmmakers and celebrated the industry's innovative adaptation to unprecedented challenges. Today, Cate Blanchett is alive, healthy, and actively working, continuing her prolific career in film, television, and theater. In addition to her role in Borderlands, she remains one of Hollywood's most respected performers, known for balancing blockbuster roles with art house projects and humanitarian work. Blanchett's blend of creativity, candor, and global awareness continues to shape her legacy as not only an extraordinary actress, but also a thoughtful and engaged public figure.